Nation, we are looking into yet another claim about The Simpsons predicting a big news.
Good Lord. Flu germs entering every orifice in my...
The Simpsons have done it again. For years, people have been drawing similarities.
Hey, how come I never see you guys eat?
We wouldn't...
In tonight's Fact or Fiction, we're looking into a picture going around online
Between gags in the episodes and things that actually end up happening.
The Simpsons have shocked the world for decades with eerie predictions. And now, fans believe the animated classic has warned us about what's coming in 2025. From political chaos and economic collapse to terrifying tech revolutions and global disasters, these new predictions are raising eyebrows and blood pressure. Are they just coincidences or something more sinister? Let's uncover the scariest Simpsons predictions for 2025 before it's too late. President Lisa and the aftermath of Trump. In Season 11, Episode 17, Bart to the Future, Lisa Simpson becomes President of the United States and mentions that her administration inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump. This aired way back in 2000, but Trump actually became president in 2016. Now, in 2025, speculation is running wild about whether Lisa's presidency, portrayed as logical, progressive, and burdened, is symbolic of the US transitioning into a post-Trump recovery phase. Here's the creepy part. If Trump runs again in 2024 and wins, then the show would have correctly predicted 2 Trump terms and a young liberal female successor. Could a Lisa-like leader rise from Gen Z and shake things up? Imagine a 2025 where the US economy is struggling, people are begging for logic to return to politics, and a well-spoken, no-nonsense woman steps in, just like Lisa. Virtual reality overload. In the episode Bart to the Future, we also catch glimpses of advanced technology, specifically augmented and virtual reality blending into everyday life. The characters wear futuristic headsets, and social interaction becomes fully digital. In 2025, Apple Vision Pro and other VR devices are already changing how people work, game, and communicate. But here's the twist. The Simpsons version of VR shows total disconnection from reality. Families ignoring each other at the dinner table, people living through avatars. It's hauntingly close to what experts now call VR addiction. And with AI getting smarter and immersive worlds becoming more tempting, we're looking at a 2025 where more people choose fantasy over real life. Just like The Simpsons warned, the rise of intelligent machines. Back in Season 23, Episode 17, Them Robot, Mr. Burns replaces all human workers at the power plant with robots. At first, everything runs smoothly, but then the machines begin to malfunction and rebel. Sound familiar? Fast forward to 2025. AI models are writing code, generating music, diagnosing patients, and even mimicking human emotions. Elon Musk is warning about the threat of AI domination. And The Simpsons already showed us what happens when cold, calculating machines decide humans are inefficient. We're not saying Skynet is launching next year, but the thought of robots replacing people in factories, stores, or even as companions, that's not just science fiction anymore. That's next year's forecast, according to The Simpsons. The global pandemic, round 2? In a shocking episode aired in 1993, Marge in Chains, The Simpsons introduced the so-called Osaka flu, which originated in Asia and spread rapidly through Springfield. In the episode, residents beg for a cure, doctors wear hazmat suits, and the town goes into chaos. Fans went into a frenzy in 2020 when COVID-19 hit, noting eerie similarities. But here's the scary prediction. Could the show be hinting at another global outbreak in 2025? Scientists have already warned about Disease X, a hypothetical supervirus that could cause the next pandemic. With climate change melting permafrost and unlocking ancient pathogens, and with international travel back in full swing, another massive outbreak isn't off the table. And if that happens, it'll feel like The Simpsons nailed it again. Food shortages and synthetic meat. Season 6, Episode 19, Lisa the Vegetarian, introduced a world where meat becomes controversial. But in future episodes like Lisa's Wedding, Season 6, Episode 19, we get a glimpse of synthetic foods and lab-grown meat replacing traditional meals. Guess what? In 2025, we're heading that way at full speed. With droughts, livestock disease outbreaks, and global supply chain issues, real meat is becoming a luxury. Startups like Upside Foods and Eat Just are already getting approval for lab-grown chicken and beef. The Simpsons didn't just predict veggie burgers. They predicted a future where what we eat might not come from a farm or a cow, but from a lab. And if climate chaos continues, this might not just be an option, it could be a necessity. America's banking collapse. In Season 24, Episode 10, A Test Before Trying, there's a visual gag where a bank closes instantly after Homer tries to cash in a check. The sign flips from open to sorry we're broke. It was funny then, but it hits differently now. As we enter 2025, economists are warning about a potential recession, fueled by inflation, rising debt, and geopolitical instability. Several smaller banks in the US already collapsed in 2023. If larger institutions follow in 2025, the Simpsons bank gag won't be a joke. It'll be a dark omen. Imagine logging into your bank account and finding it frozen, or your dollars being replaced by digital currency with restrictions. The Simpsons saw it coming, and we might be on that timeline. The war on smartwatches and surveillance. In the episode Lisa's Wedding, we see future citizens using wrist devices that track their every move. One character says, "You're not allowed to smoke anymore. Your watch knows." That's hilarious until it's real. In 2025, smartwatches can already track heart rate, steps, glucose, blood oxygen, and governments are starting to look into health-based policies. Insurance companies are offering discounts based on your wearable data. But what happens when you can't buy soda, enter a club, or fly on a plane because your watch says no? Surveillance, digital health records, facial recognition, it's all speeding up. And The Simpsons' future isn't just futuristic anymore, it's scarily close. Climate disasters at home. In the episode Thank God It's Doomsday, Season 16, apocalyptic weather hits Springfield. Fire rains from the sky, floods drown the town, and people go full panic mode. It's absurd, or is it? The US in 2025 is bracing for more wildfires, monster hurricanes, and record-breaking heat waves. Florida's underwater maps don't look like science fiction anymore. The West Coast is already used to smoke-filled summers. And the scariest part? The Simpsons showed all this in a comedic way, melting snowmen in the summer, flaming tornadoes. But these visuals are popping up on the news now. The end of physical money, another blink and you'll miss it moment. In multiple future episodes, including Lisa's Wedding, no one uses cash anymore. Instead, all transactions are done via thumbprints, retina scans, or digital IDs. 2025 could be the year the US rolls out its central bank digital currency, CBDC. If that happens, the dollar might go paperless. No more cash tips, no more secret piggy banks. The implications? Every transaction traceable, your spending monitored, and control over your money no longer in your hands, but in the hands of, well, algorithms, just as The Simpsons envisioned. Alien contact, don't laugh yet. Here's the wildest one. In many Treehouse of Horror episodes, The Simpsons depict humans encountering aliens, sometimes humorously, sometimes ominously. Kang and Kodos became recurring characters who joke about Earth's destruction, global deception, and human gullibility. But think about this. In 2023 and 2024, governments began publicly admitting the existence of UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. Whistleblowers claimed the military recovered non-human biologics, and space agencies are preparing for potential contact. 2025 could be the year when something, anything, official gets disclosed. And when that happens, you better believe the internet will light up with "Simpsons called it" memes, because they just might have. The Simpsons have long walked the line between comedy and eerie foresight, but their predictions for 2025 feel less like jokes and more like chilling warnings. From AI revolts and virtual reality obsessions to financial collapse and hints at alien contact, the show seems to have mapped out a future that's unfolding before our eyes. As we enter 2025, it's hard to ignore just how accurate and unsettling some of these episodes have become. Maybe it's coincidence, maybe it's satire turned prophecy. Either way, The Simpsons remind us that the line between fiction and reality is getting thinner every year. Whether it's satire or strange foresight, The Simpsons continue to blur the line between comedy and chilling reality. If even half of these 2025 predictions come true, the future could be darker than we imagined.
It claims to show a screenshot of a 2002 episode of The Simpsons that eerily mirrors real-life events. It shows Donald Trump touching a glowing orb with two Middle Eastern-looking men. Well, last month, President Trump did just that with the King of Saudi Arabia and the President of Egypt. So, did The Simpsons really predict?
What do you think? Are we laughing at warnings we should take seriously? Hit like, subscribe, and drop your wildest theory in the comments below.